All right, guys. This is Taib from House of Kicks, and Chris and I posted a video on quick tips on how to figure out what the fake band ones are gonna look like. And we lost the connection, and it was kind of not showing anymore. I apologize for that. So I wanted to redo it again for you guys. You know what I mean? So this is the second take. So quickly, I'm gonna introduce Chris. Chris is the owner of Arch USA. And by the way, Chris is gonna have those band one, I guess a full size run, and he only sells authentic shoes. This guy's been in business for more than 15 years, and he knows his stuff, and he knows what's selling. He knows authentic shoes. He knows everything about shoes. He knows a whole lot. I learned from him a lot. And again, we don't claim to know it all. The shoes not out yet, so we don't have official pictures of shoes on hand for us to do the comparison. But I spotted some fake ones, and I wanted to show you side by side comparison of what I think you should look for if you want to buy these early online from anybody. But before I get into the pictures, Chris, do you want to say something to our audience real quick?
Just what's up? Website?
All right. Yeah. All right, man. Without further ado, I'm not gonna waste time talking. I'm just gonna show you the pictures real quick. There you go.
All right, can you
Let
see
me
me
go
or
to
hear
the
me?
first one. Yeah, they can see you.
Oh, okay. I was
Uh,
just there.
actually, oh, I need to share my screen. I need to share my screen.
What's
I'm
up,
sorry.
everybody?
When I share my screen, nobody's gonna see. All right, guys, this is it. On the left, where my mouse is pointing, you have the fake. On the right, you have the authentic. Now, the main things that Chris and I saw was the tumbled leather. It's funny because it almost looks like the tumbled leather on the fake one looks better. Look at it. It's more pronounced on the fake ones. You see more tumbled leather on the back and on the top. Now, the thing is, we don't have the shoes on hand, so we can't tell you about quality. It may looks better, but it may not feel better. Now, if you look at the authentic, on the top one, on the top here, you have some tumbled leather on the back. On the bottom part, you have more of a soft leather, and also the finishing. Look where my mouse is pointing. See the finishing here? This is the authentic. It's different. You see on the fake one, you have it thick, and it's kind of curvy, and there's like a bump on the back here, if you can see that as well. And the cut is kind of too deep on the fake one. See how low it comes? It comes really low here, and it almost touches the back tab, that little back on top over here. Okay. Now this is the fake on the left, authentic on the right, and again, this is it. You see, and then Chris was also talking about the curves on the sides here. I know Chris is watching this now, so he knows. He was talking about these curves here, and then you see on the fake one, it looks to me like it's a little too short. You can see, can you see that? It's a little too short. Now we don't have the shoes on hand to touch it, but the main thing to look at is the tumbled leather on the fake ones. More wrinkles, and it's more pronounced. On the authentic, you don't really see it. And I'm gonna jump onto the next picture. Hold up a second. I went a little bit too fast. This is it. Again, this is the fake. You see the tumble leather here on the fake one? More tumble leather, more pronounced, apparent, and the Jordan wings is all messed up on the fake one. Look at it, man. It's all jacked up. It looks almost too. It doesn't look. The print is not nice. It's not nicely done. Now, if you look at the authentic one here, you see the leather, the soft leather on the back heel, on the bottom part. You see it's soft. You don't see the wrinkles here. You see the more wrinkles, and also the finishing. Look where my mouse is pointing. You see my mouse is going here. You see the finishing. This is the authentic. Now look at the fake one. It doesn't have that. Stitching is also different. Look at the stitching here on the fake ones, right here, near on the top, and look at the authentic. Now you also want to look at the holes, the eyelets. Look at the holes here. It's all, you can still have rough edges. You see how it is, man? It's rough. It's not well carved out. Look at the authentic. You see it? And look at the leather, the black portion. You see this part here. You see the leather? Looks really good. I can almost tell you this is premium leather. Now, if you look on the fake ones, it's not the same. Again, on the back, look at the back here. The back. You see the shape? The shape is a little off on the fake ones. Can you see that? I'm sure you guys can look at it and see it. All right. So that's the main thing that Chris and I saw. All right. Now, Chris, I'm gonna go on to you now. Anything else you want to say about these shoes, man? Chris,
Yo.
are you here? Yeah, are you here? All right. I wanted to show. Yeah, that's all right. I also wanted to show you guys.
Had a bunch of orders,
Had a bunch of orders, you know what I got. Yeah, I hear you, man. It's all good.
About an hour. So
About an hour
process.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys something else real quick. This is the fake one here. Now, I talked about the production date, and a lot of people give me a lot of flack. They go, "Well, why you can't really base yourself on the production date?" Production date. Most fakes will have the same production date. All of them that I've seen, because they are produced from the same factory, so they have the same production date. But sometimes the production date on the fake ones may be the same as the authentic. But it's always good to have it and to look at it here. See the production date? This is the fake one. Now, I don't have the authentic production date, so I can't tell you what it looks like, but it's good to see these before you buy them online, all right? Now, this is the fake one. Again, if you look at this from somebody online and you don't have the authentic next to you, you can't tell. Look how good the Tumbled Leather, she squeezes trying to show you how good these are. They are fake. And guess what? He's only selling them for $5.99 Chinese yen, which is about $90.21. Now, he's going to get this and sell it on eBay, and then you go in and you get it from somebody on eBay. You think you got the real deal, and then 2 weeks down the line you realize you got gapped. All right, so that's the reason why we do this, man. So on my website, if you go on my website, I'll share the link at the end. I provided you with links through to authentic sellers on eBay that will have these early, and I also give you the finish line, footlock, and links. If you want to save those on release date, just go ahead and get it. You can do that too. But Chris has the best price on these shoes online that I've seen. He's gonna probably have a full size run. I can guarantee you 99.9% that he's gonna have those. So make sure you talk to Chris. I'm gonna hand this over to Chris now. I'll let him do the talking. All right. So let me stop sharing my screen and we're gonna get on to Chris. What's up, Chris?
Yo. And I didn't get to say what's up. I'm turning up too loud. I'm echoing. But yeah, I got a full size run, and I have them up for pre-order. And I know what happens with a lot of people is they'll go to a website and they're like, "Well, I don't know that website, or I'm not sure I trust that website." So I also put the shoes up on Amazon as well. Now the cool thing is I actually have the UPC every box of the size run that I have. So I'm missing the size 11 and a half and the size 13. That's the only size that I'm missing. But I have the actual box so you can look at the UPC code. Now I got some Cyber Mondays, right? And so I just went over and I grabbed the Cyber Mondays just so we could do like a halfway kind of comparison. And you know, the Cyber Mondays are not the breads, not the OGs, not the bands, right? But you were talking about the production date, and inside of the Cyber Mondays, the production date is the same on every size. So I'm looking at each individual size. So this is a size 11 and a half. This is a size 10 and a half. And the production date is the same on each one of these. I'm going to put them back in the box, and I'm going to pull out another size of this shoe so I can look at the production date just to make sure what you're saying is right about the production date on the fakes. Like, you know, it's because you were saying what were you saying that it's different on a
I mean, what I was saying is that most of the times the fake factories, when they produce these shoes, the production rate is almost the same on all the fake shoes that were produced from that factory.
right.
Now, sometimes the authentic shoe may have the same production date as the fake one, but most of the time it's not the same. So
It's not the same.
it's always good to see the production date on the fake one. So that way, before you buy them from somebody online, you can kind of compare them. But the main thing
this is a 9.5. On the 9.5, it's it runs from 610 to 826.15, right? 610.15 to 826.15. This is the size 11.5, and the production date says 6/10/15 to 9/2/15. So if we had like a fake shoe or something, then we could check it and see if the production date is right. So you can look at it and then you can kind of compare it and see. But the most important part, like you were saying, is again, do a shout out to J-Star. He was talking about the OG, the old school, before 2004 Jordan retros and the PAT versus UPC, because some dude tried to call him out and say that he didn't know what he was talking about. And he had to do with the knowledge where he was saying, yo, the PAT was on the shoes that were before 2004, I think he said. But UPCs now, you can really check and see if the UPC on the inside of the shoe matches the UPC code on the box. And we talked about this before. And that's kind of a check that you can do. Sure,
Okay.
You're on point. But
and also on the other thing is,
to,
like you said before, check for receipt. Ask them if they have the receipt, and then check the feedback of the seller.
Yeah.
Past history. Can you break that down a little bit more? I like what you said before. So go ahead and tell us if you want to buy this from me or anybody.
Guys that are selling shoes, if you go to my website, you might not trust the website. You might say, well, I don't know this website. I don't want to buy it from there. Even though I'm using PayPal, and you got the same protection with PayPal that you do if somebody's using Amazon. But there's a quick thing you can do. Anybody that you're buying a shoe from, they need to have a history. So you need to go and ask that person, yo, man, do you have a website that I can go and look at and see some feedback about what you got popping, right? Or how long you've been active. So like if you go to my website and you say, hey, Chris, do you have somewhere where you have a lot of feedback? I'll say, yeah, I'm on Amazon. I've been on Amazon for years. Go to Amazon. Now, when you go there, you can look at the worst feedback and you can look at the best feedback. But whatever you do, make sure the person's got like 20 to 25 or more feedback. I mean, it's even better if somebody's got 100, or more feedback. But go and look at the person's feedback before you decide to take your money out of your pocket, digital money out of your wallet, and put it into somebody else's digital wallet by buying a pair of shoes online. Check the feedback, because in some instances, you may have someone that's a seller you their receipt. They need that receipt for verification, especially with something like Amazon. And I'm going to cut it short here, because on Amazon, what will happen is, because some people are selling fakes, you have to give the receipt to Amazon to verify that yours came from an authorized dealer. So if I give you my receipt, then I don't have that receipt. And if they call and say, yo, you sold some fakes, I need authorization, I need proof that these are real shoes, I need my receipt. So I could go and do a copy and all of that stuff, but to do is to trust the seller, go in, look at the feedback. People can't fake that feedback, because the feedback comes from the buyer, it comes from you. So look at the feedback, all right? And, other than that, I do have a size run up on the website, and then I have a link to my Amazon store. And you can go to Amazon, but you're going to pay a heck of a lot more on Amazon than you would if you paid for it through my site, because Amazon charges me 15%. Somebody $400 for something, then Amazon's going to automatically take $60 right off the top. That means I'm all the way down to $340. And then you talk about $20 shipping, because you're doing the weight and you're doing the insurance and you're doing the signature. So now you're down to $320 on that shoe. If you paid retail $160 plus tax, you're $174. Then you had to ship off your man, whoever is hooking you up and getting you those sneakers. You got to give them a little bit of something, and that ships away at the profit as well. So website, you buy it on the website, you're going to get a better deal. All right, like these Kobe's that I just had up, $150, just because it was the last 3 pair. I was blowing them out. Same thing with these Cyber Mondays. I got them up for like $120, but that's enough, man. I don't want to run over time. I don't want this to be too long. Appreciate you hollering at me and get me on this about the fake band ones, because it's getting hard to tell the difference. Very hard to tell the difference.
If you don't have the authentic next to you, it's kind of hard to do it. And that's the reason why.
But like I said, I do have the pictures. So if somebody wanted, I could actually send them pictures, and it'd be all good. you know, but I do have the UPC codes and pictures up on the site, you know, so I can send more pictures to people if they want to see them. But, you know, I typically don't do all of that. I just kind of ignore people that ask me because I've been around for so long. You may not know me personally, or somebody out there might be, I never heard of that dude, but everybody that's been in the business knows me. So I don't deal with a whole lot of kind of silliness of sending pictures to people and all of that. I don't do all of that, you know.
I mean, we put our face on this joint for a reason, man. We're not out here trying to scam nobody. So what we trying to do is run legit business, trying to help you make better decisions online. And by the way, I want to say,
make sure I put all these shoes back in the right box.
Chris, that's my boy Chris Dooling from Canada. He's live now, so I appreciate you being on there, Chris. Thanks for the support, and thanks for your support, Chris Burns. So I appreciate you guys, man. So I'm gonna shut this off real quick. Thanks again for being here, man. I appreciate it.
Peace, y'all.